Playing fast note passages simultaneously with both hands, like this one, or this one, or this one, can be so satisfying, and it's just beautiful. At the same time, it can be incredibly frustrating because you're enjoying yourself, you're in the moment, and suddenly your hands are out of sync. One goes faster, one goes slower. It gets shaky, you lose confidence, and that's it. Back to practicing at a slower tempo without even knowing for sure if it's going to be better next time. Today we're changing all that. It's time that you go behind the piano and you know exactly what you're doing, so you get the result you want. I have so many tricks up my sleeve for these type of passages, and today I'm sharing one of them with you. It's time to get those hands in sync and coordinated. I think that the first question we need to answer here is, why do our hands in the first place go out of sync during fast passages? A lot of people think that this is just an accident. You're playing a difficult passage, a very difficult spot comes, and just the hands get out of sync. Then we simply stop, go back to the drawing board, again start doing more practice, more repetitions, and we hope that next time things will be better. But it's not. Playing out of sync is not an accident. There is something actually happening, something more going on that causes the hands to go out of sync. So why don't we go back to the beginning of time? The time when you decided that you wanted to learn the piano, you spent a lot of time learning the notes, learning the keys, and it was finally time to put the hands together for a complete piece of music. Now, I don't know about you, if you still remember that moment, but I have such a clear image in front of me what that looks like because of the countless students that I've taught. For most people, this can be a mind-boggling experience, so confusing to put hands together in the very beginning. Yet somehow, after a few repetitions and a few hours of practice, you get better at it, and it suddenly feels like a more natural experience. But now, let's move a little bit further in time into the future, and you get to play pieces like this one. Or this one. And how about this one? Things get more complex and the level gets higher and higher. Now there is something very interesting to be observed in all those pieces going up the ladder, from the simplest one to the more complex and difficult ones. Something that appears all the time. And I wonder if you've noticed what that is. Have you? Let me know in the comments below. It's the imbalance in difficulty between the left and the right hand. What you will notice is that in the piano repertoire you play from the very beginning to the time that you're very advanced, the right hand very often will have more demanding things to play, like passages and notes, than the left hand. And it's useful to know that over the years you develop a natural imbalance between right and left hand. I'd often hear from students questions like, do you think that I mess up this type of passages because I'm right-handed and my left hand is lagging behind? No, of course not. That's not the problem. It's just that the piano repertoire causes us to have a certain imbalance between right and left hand. And even us, as professional pianists, we have to pay attention to that. Now, I could say here, just go and practice your left hand alone and improve it. Do a ton of exercises, ton of etudes and scales, and get better at it. But that's not what you guys want. At least not a big part of you. You want to play the pieces you want to play. You want to play pieces you love. And I get that. Not everybody wants to deliberately spend hours practicing etudes, scales, dry exercises in order to improve their left hand. And I don't blame you. Plus, even then, your hands can go out of sync. So that's why today I want to give you a sort of a shortcut, something that will target the problem where it is in the piece that you're playing right now, so your hands can get immediately better coordinated and in sync. And the great thing is that you can use this exercise in all sorts of levels and pieces, not just in the type of piece that I'm going to show you today. Let's do it. And before we start with the exercise, I wanted to tell you that if you are tired of repeating your passages and pieces countless times without getting the results you want, simply check our course, The Mistake-Proof Pianist. In this course, we made sure that you learn how to make every single minute of your practice count. There is nothing better than knowing what you're doing and getting results every time. Let's have a look at a passage out of one of my own compositions that I'm at the moment practicing and preparing for recording. This is a passage that I sometimes have a problem with because I notice that very subtly my hands go out of sync. The first thing you need to do when you have a passage like this is figure out immediately where exactly do the hands go out of sync. For me, that's this place. That's in the fourth bar of this passage, this one. It's good to know that because we don't want to waste any time. We want to go straight to work on the exact problem. I believe that the reason that my hands go out of sync there is because the longer passage you have, like several bars that you have to play simultaneously fast, the more pressure builds up and there is a chance that the hands just go out of sync a little bit. Now, we know that the problem is in the fourth bar. What I want you to do is start a bar back, so in the previous bar. And what you have to do is you start the previous bar with both hands like this. When you reach the bar with the problem where the hands go out of sync, I want you to continue playing only with the left hand like this. Then continue one bar further where you will play both hands again together. Now I'm going to demonstrate these 3 bars in a faster tempo so you can hear and see how that looks like. So a bar back, hands together, the problematic bar, left hand, and a bar after that, hands together. Now let's talk tempo. What should be our speed? I think it has to be something challenging but manageable. Choose a tempo where your hands actually go out of sync. Because if you choose a too slow tempo to do this exercise, there is no point. Your hands are not challenged. Then I want you to repeat this several times until the left hand gets really comfortable and confident in that problematic bar. The extra bonus here is that the left hand gets some additional training and repetitions. Once you get confident and comfortable with this, we're going to do something super fun that actually improves coordination so much. We're going to start adding the right hand in the problematic bar, but we're not going to start doing that all at once. We're going to do that one beat at a time, starting backwards from the fourth beat. So what that's going to look like is this. Hands together. 3 beats played only left hand. And on the fourth beat, you're going to add the right hand. And then you continue in the next bar, hands together. So in the problematic bar, you still play the first 3 beats only left hand, but in the fourth beat, we add the right hand. Hear how that sounds in a faster tempo. Make sure that the last beat where you play left and right hand together are really well aligned. Repeat until you're confident and comfortable again. And once you feel the quality is good, now we are going to add one more beat to the right hand, which will be the third beat. So now we're going to have the third and fourth beats played together like this. Repeat this until you're confident, until everything sounds good, and then add the second and then the first beats. That's actually the exercise. So in other words, we're extending the right hand backwards through the bar while we keep the left hand present throughout. And the beautiful thing is that this exercise is going to accomplish 2 things. One, instead of doing technical exercises and etudes for our weak hand, in this case, the left hand, we're doing extra repetitions in a piece that we want to play. So our weak hand, the left hand, gets better anyway. And two, by adding the right hand beat by beat, we're training both hands to coordinate together in a very specific and precise way. It's an exercise I use myself and also with my students, and it works really well. You'll get great results with it. Plus, I think this is really fun to do. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions are welcome down below, and we'll see you soon again.